The 2025 MLB draft is fastly approaching, so I thought it would be a good idea to review MLB Pipeline's top 30 draft prospect rankings and see who would be drafted by what team if the draft went in this exact order. One thing I would like to mention before we begin, the Mets, Yankees, and Dodgers do not have first-round picks because of going over the second luxury tax threshold, so their picks were dropped down by 10 to the second round. Also, I am not going to be saying where in the top 30 these players would be for their teams, just how many players of their position would be in the top 30 if they joined the organization at their spot. If you liked the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel down below. I would greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Getting it started with the 30th pick. This one is held by the Orioles as compensation for Corbin Burnes, and MLB Pipeline has Josh Hammond here. Hammond is a high school prospect from Wesleyan Christian Academy in High Point, North Carolina, and he has committed to Wake Forest. He is listed as a third baseman by MLB Pipeline, but on Perfect Game's website, he is listed as a shortstop. He has also pitched some in his high school career, with his fastball topping out at 97 miles an hour. He is likely to attempt to be a two-way player in the minors, but we will see how that goes and what the team who drafts him wants him to do. With high school players, it's harder to find stats, so for most of the high school players I list, I won't be saying a ton of stats for them, but Hammond is already coming in at 6'1" and 210 pounds, so he is here at number 30 to the Orioles. For this video, we will also be assuming that these players will go straight into the top 30 for their teams, so Hammond would be the only third base prospect in the O system. Next up at number 29, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks, who received this pick as compensation for Christian Walker, and in this spot, we have Andrew Fisher, a first and third baseman from the University of Tennessee. Fisher, who's listed at 6'1" and 210 pounds, hit .351 with 25 home runs, 65 RBIs, a .497 on-base percentage, and a .760 slug for an unbelievable 1.257 OPS with the Volunteers this year, as he also took 63 walks. He would be the second first baseman in the D-back system and the sixth third base prospect. Now, moving out of compensation picks and into the normal first round, the Kansas City Royals have the 28th pick. They received this pick for Bobby Witt Jr., finishing in the top 3 of MVP voting, and in this spot, MLB Pipeline has Ethan Conrad, an outfielder from Wake Forest. Conrad hit .372 with only 7 home runs and 27 RBIs, so not a huge power bat, but he had a .495 on base, and when paired with a .744 slugging, that gives him a 1.239 OPS this year. He's listed at 6'3", 220. He could be a really good left-handed bat. He would be the 8th outfield prospect in the Royals system currently. Now we get into the normal first round. No more compensation picks, no more picks from awards, anything like that. And the Cleveland Guardians have the 27th pick in this year's draft, and listed here on MLB Pipeline is Xavier Nayens, a third baseman from Mount Vernon High School in Mount Vernon, Washington. Nayens is listed at 6'4" and 210 pounds, and he is known for his power. He has a 60 power grade on MLB Pipeline. He could be a very good left-handed bat in the majors, and he's currently committed to Oregon State. He would be the only third base prospect in the Guardians' top 30 if he were drafted in this spot. Next up at the 26th pick is the Philadelphia Phillies, and here MLB Pipeline has yet another high school prospect and another third baseman, Gavin Feen from Great Oak High School in Temecula, California. Just last year, Gavin's older brother Dylan was selected in the 7th round by the A's as a switch-hitting catcher, but this year Gavin has the opportunity to be selected 6 rounds ahead of his brother. The 6'3", 200-pound right-handed hitting third baseman is currently committed to D1 Texas. He would be the 4th third base prospect in the Phillies system if he was taken here. The San Diego Padres own the 25th pick in this year's draft, and here is yet another high school prospect, outfielder Slater DeBrun from Summit High School in Bend, Oregon. DeBrun is a smaller kid, coming in at only 5'10" and 187 pounds. Not a huge power guy. His scouting grades are 55 hit with just 45 power, but then 65 run and 60 field. He is committed to Vanderbilt, so from what I can see here, He's going to be a guy that's great at putting the bat on the ball, can go get him in the outfield with good speed, but won't hit a lot of home runs. He would be the 4th outfield prospect in San Diego's system. Next up is the Detroit Tigers at pick 24, and here MLB Pipeline has Devin Taylor, an outfielder from Indiana. Taylor comes in at 6'1", 215, and Indiana this year in his junior year, he hit .374 with 18 home runs, 66 RBIs, a .494 on-base percentage, and a .706 slugging percentage for a 1.200 OPS. He would be the 5th outfield prospect in Detroit's system if he was drafted here at number 24. Coming in at pick 23 is the Kansas City Royals, and in this spot on the draft prospect rankings is Sean Gamble, a second baseman and outfielder from IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. The 6'1", 188-pound left-handed hitter is pretty much expected to be a 5-tool player with all of his scouting grades above 50. Also committed to Vanderbilt, Gamble is originally from Iowa, and he would be one of 2 second base prospects in the Royals' top 30, but the 8th outfield prospect overall. Next, at pick number 22, MLB Pipeline has the Atlanta Braves taking Wahiwa Aloy, a shortstop out of Arkansas. The Hawaiian native is an above-average defender, even with having mediocre speed for a shortstop. Aloy stands at 6'2" and 200 pounds. He hit .350 with 21 home runs and 68 RBIs this year, a .434 on base, .673 slugging for a 1.107 OPS. He would be the 4th shortstop prospect in Atlanta's system, a team that does not really have a major league shortstop right now. Coming up next is Ike Irish to the Houston Astros at pick 21. Irish is an outfielder and catcher from Auburn, who in his junior year at Auburn hit .365 with 19 home runs, 58 RBIs, a .466 on base, and .716 slugging for a 1.182 OPS. While he is not a great fielder, his bat can make up for it. He would be the 3rd catching prospect in Houston's system and the 9th outfield prospect. Moving now into the top 20, the Milwaukee Brewers have the 20th pick, and MLB Pipeline has Luke Stevenson, yet another catcher, this one from North Carolina. The 6'1", 200-pound left-handed hitter played all 61 games behind the dish for the Tar Heels, and while he only hit .251, he hit 19 home runs and had 58 RBIs, which was good for a .552 slugging. He also had a .414 on base for a .966 OPS. He would be the 2nd catcher in Milwaukee's system, a team that has William Contreras currently behind the plate every game. Keeping it going to number 19, we have our 2nd Orioles pick of the video, and here we have Brendan Summerhill, a left-handed hitting outfielder from Arizona. Yet another 5-tool guy, Summerhill has all of his scouting grades above 50. He comes in at 6'3" and 200 pounds. He hit .343 with just 4 home runs and 34 RBIs. However, he only played 44 of Arizona's 65 games this season due to both a broken ham and pulled hamstring. However, in the games he did play, he posted a 1.015 OPS. He would be the 9th outfielder in the O system if he were taken in this spot. Coming up next is Daniel Pierce, who MLB Pipeline has the D-backs taking at the number 18 spot. This is the D-backs' 2nd pick of the top 30, and here they get a right-handed hitting shortstop out of Mill Creek High School in Hoshton, Georgia. Pierce currently stands at 6 feet and 185 pounds, and while he is not a big power guy, he's a plus defender and runner with great bat-to-ball skills and above-average arm at short. He is committed close to home at Georgia, but there is a good chance he will leave for the MLB. He would be the 8th shortstop prospect in the D-backs' top 30. Moving up to the 17th pick, it's the Chicago Cubs, and here MLB Pipeline has 2nd baseman out of Tennessee, Gavin Kylan. Kylan was drafted in the 13th round out of high school in 2022 by the Red Sox, but opted to attend Louisville instead, where he played for his freshman and sophomore seasons before transferring to Tennessee. Kylan this year, in his first year with the Volunteers, hit .357 with 15 home runs, 46 RBIs, and a 1.112 OPS. However, he did miss 12 games this season. The 5'11", 187-pound left-handed hitter is not going to be a huge power threat, but has great bat-to-ball skills and is a good defender as well. He would be the 6th second base prospect in Chicago's system. The Minnesota Twins have the 16th pick, and in this spot is another high school guy and the first pitcher of the video, Cruz Schoolcraft, a left-handed pitcher from Sunset High School in Portland, Oregon. He's a big kid, coming in at a whopping 6'8" and 229 pounds at just 18 years old. He has a 3-pitch mix with a fastball, slider, and changeup, with great feel for all 3 pitches. He's committed to Tennessee and would be the 4th left-handed pitcher in Minnesota's system. Jace LaViolette out of Texas A&M is up next in the 15th spot, where the Red Sox will be picking. LaViolette is a left-handed outfielder who is known for his power. The 6'6", 230-pound 21-year-old played all 56 games for the Aggies this year and hit .258 with 18 home runs and 61 RBIs, which was good for a 1.003 OPS. He'd be the 9th outfield prospect in the Red Sox top 30. Second pitcher coming up here for the Tampa Bay Rays at the 14th spot, and it is Tyler Bremner out of UC Santa Barbara. The 6'2", 190-pound righty started 14 games for UCSB, posting a 3.49 ERA in 77 1/3 innings, with just 19 walks to 111 strikeouts, and opposing batters hit just .215 against Brennan this year. His fastball and changeup are his 2 best pitches, but he does also throw a slider. He'd be the 10th right-handed pitcher in a top 30 for the Rays that is flooded with pitching talent. Moving back into the high school player pool, we have shortstop Steele Hall out of Hewitt-Trussville High School in Trussville, Alabama, to the San Francisco Giants. Yet another Tennessee recruit, Hall is still only 17, as he will turn 18 exactly 2 weeks after the draft takes place in Atlanta. A well above average runner, Hall currently stands at 6 feet and 110 pounds and could be a decent fielder as well, but will not hit a lot of home runs at the shortstop position. He would be the 7th shortstop prospect in the Giants system. Creeping our way up to number 12 with the Texas Rangers, and we have back-to-back shortstops. It's Marek Houston from Wake Forest. The 6'3", 205-pound righty is an above-average defensive shortstop that can run a bit too. Houston played all 60 games for the Demon Deacons at shortstop, posting up a .360 average with 15 homers and 66 RBIs for a 1.071 OPS. He would be the 6th shortstop in Texas's top 30. The number 11 pick belongs to the Athletics, and the number 11 draft prospect is Kason Cunningham, a middle infielder from Johnson High School in San Antonio, Texas. Cunningham is a smaller kid, standing at only 5'10" and 182 pounds. He was called by MLB Pipeline, and I quote, a slightly bigger and lefty-swinging version of Jet Williams. Williams is currently the highest-ranking prospect in the New York Mets system, who's drafted in the first round of the 2022 draft. Cunningham has great bat-to-ball skills and can run well as well. He is committed close to home at Texas, but will most likely opt to go to the MLB. He would be the 7th middle infield prospect in the A's system. Moving into the top 10 now, the Chicago White Sox have the 10th pick, and the 10th overall draft prospect is shortstop JoJo Parker from Purvis High School in Purvis, Mississippi. The 6'2", 200-pound Mississippi State recruit is a great contact hitter with decent power and a good arm up the middle. He would be the 7th shortstop prospect in the top 30 for Chicago. Liam Doyle, the 6'2", 220-pound left-handed pitcher from Tennessee, is the 9th-ranked prospect in this year's draft, and the Cincinnati Reds have the 9th pick. Doyle throws a well above-average fastball with a good slider, cutter, and splitter. He is on his 3rd team in 3 years of college, playing for Coastal Carolina as a freshman and Mississippi as a sophomore before getting to Tennessee this year. Doyle started 17 games for Tennessee this year, while also making 2 relief appearances, and in 95 2/3 innings, he posted a 3.20 ERA while striking out an unfathomable 164 batters. Opposing hitters hit only 184 against him as well. He can be a very, very, very good pitcher in the major leagues, I believe. Next up at number 8 to the Toronto Blue Jays is Kyson Witherspoon, a 6'2", 206-pound right-handed pitcher out of Oklahoma. Witherspoon throws 5 pitches with an above-average fastball, curve, slider, and cutter, and then a somewhat mediocre changeup. Witherspoon and his brother Malachi both pitched together at Oklahoma this year. However, Malachi is expected to be a 4th-round pick, while his twin is expected to go top 10. Kyson started 16 games for the Sooners, posting a 2.65 ERA in 95 innings. He struck out 124 batters this year while only walking 23 guys, and opposing batters hit 208 against him this year. He would be the 11th right-handed pitcher in the Jays system. The number 7 prospect is shortstop Billy Carlson out of Corona High School in Corona, California, and the Miami Marlins have the 7th pick. The 6'1", 185-pound Tennessee recruit is a defense-first shortstop who has a scouting grade of 70 on MLB Pipeline. Not much to say about him. He's just a good, well-rounded player, and he would be the 7th shortstop prospect in the Marlins' top 30. Just outside of the top 5 at number 6 is the Oregon State shortstop Iva Arquette, who is expected to go to the Pirates in this spot. I would also like to mention that this was the first pick determined by the draft lottery. The number 1 overall pick last year, Travis Bazzano, was out of Oregon State, and they are expected to have yet another top 10 pick. Arquette was originally drafted in the 18th round of the 2022 draft by the Diamondbacks, but opted to go to the University of Washington, where he played his freshman and sophomore years before transferring to Oregon State for his junior year this year. The Hawaiian native stands at 6'5" and 220 pounds, and he had a nice year for the Beavers as he played all 65 games this year, hitting .354 with 19 homers and 66 RBIs for a 1.115 OPS. He would be the 11th shortstop prospect in the top 30 for Pittsburgh. Now moving into the top 5, the St. Louis Cardinals received the 5th pick in the draft lottery, and the 5th-ranked draft prospect is Eli Willits, a 6'1", 180-pound shortstop from Fort Cobb-Broxton High School in Fort Cobb, Oklahoma. Willits is one of the youngest players in this year's draft, as he does not turn 18 until December of this year, but he has great bat-to-ball skills, is an above-average runner, and he can also field well. He is committed close to home at Oklahoma, where his father Reggie, who played in big leagues previously for the Angels, is the associate head coach. Willits' older brother Jackson is currently at Oklahoma, and is expected that he will be a part of the 2026 class next year. He's a switch hitter as well, and he would be the 3rd shortstop prospect in the Cardinals system. Going back to college, the 4th overall draft prospect is Jamie Arnold, a left-handed pitcher from Florida State, and the Colorado Rockies have the 4th pick. The 6'1", 188-pound junior with the Seminoles throws a fastball, slider, and changeup. In 15 starts this past year for FSU, Arnold posted a 2.98 ERA with 27 walks to 119 strikeouts in 84 2/3 innings. Opposing hitters hit just 208 against him. He has above-average control of his pitches. It might be tough being a pitcher in Colorado, but he can be a very good pitcher at the major league level, I believe, and he would be the 6th left-handed pitching prospect in Colorado's top 30. Last few guys here with the top 3. We have 2 more pitchers and then 1 more hitter. We have another left-handed pitcher in the number 3 spot to the Seattle Mariners, and it is 6'2", 179-pound Cade Anderson from the defending College World Series champions LSU. He has a 4-pitch mix, throwing a fastball, changeup, curveball, and slider. In 18 starts this year, he threw 119 innings to a 3.18 ERA, 35 walks to a whopping 180 strikeouts, a .211 batting average against. He is both the best left-handed pitcher in this draft class and the best college pitcher. He would be the 3rd left-handed pitcher in the Mariners system, if you want to count Jurangelo Singe, I believe is how you pronounce it, because he is the switch pitcher. The Los Angeles Angels have the 2nd pick in the draft, and it is right-handed pitcher Seth Hernandez out of Corona High School, the exact same high school as number 7 prospect Billy Carlson, who we talked about earlier. Hernandez throws 4 pitches with a fastball, curve, slider, and changeup, with the slider being the weakest of the 4 according to the scouting grades given by MLB Pipeline. He's committed to Vanderbilt, which is where many big-time pitching prospects went, such as Jack Leiter and Kumar Rocker, both of the Texas Rangers, and Sonny Gray of the Reds. He stands at 6'4" and 190 pounds. He's going to be a very good pitcher and should be a part of the Angels' future. he would be the 16th right-handed pitcher in the top 30 for the Angels, who are just flooded with pitching talent in the minor leagues. Now, finally, we are at the number 1 overall pick, and it is Ethan Holiday from Stillwater High School in Oklahoma to the Washington Nationals. Ethan's older brother Jackson is a former number 1 overall pick and the current starting second baseman for the Baltimore Orioles, and they are the son of Matt Holiday, who has 7 All-Star appearances in 15 big league years and over 300 career home runs. He is committed to Oklahoma State, where his uncle and Matt's brother, Josh Holiday, is the head coach. He stands at 6'4", 210 pounds. He's a power threat from the left side of the plate, third baseman, and shortstop. Overall, he's a very, very good prospect, and that is why he's expected to go number 1. He would be the 6th shortstop/third base prospect in Washington's top 30. So there you go, MLB Pipeline's top 30 draft prospects for this year. This video took a long time to make, which makes sense as you can very clearly see. It is my longest video ever. So if you liked it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel down below. I would greatly appreciate it. Check out Around the Diamond Designs for awesome card and uniform designs. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace!